Today I'm gonna explain of id, ego and superego along with examples. So first one is id. The primitive instinctive part of personality operates on the player's principle, seeking immediate gratification, doesn't consider consequence or social norms. For example, a child cries and demands food when hungry. Id seeking immediate satisfaction. And when an adult impulsively buys something expensive without considering budget, id overriding rational thinking. If a person has an intense desire to lash out in anger when frustrated, id seeking instant release. So this is the id. It operates always the player principle and doesn't consider consequences or social norms. Second है ego. Ego is the rational logical part of personality, mediates between id and reality and operates on the reality principles, considering consequences. For example, an adult delays buying something expensive to check their budget. Ego intervening. Second, when a person takes a deep breath and counts to 10 before responding to anger, ego regulate it. If we see the example of the ego, and a student studies hard for an example despite wanting procrastinate, ego prioritizing long-term goals. So this is the ego. Ego always the rational logical part of personality and operate in between the id and reality. And the third one is superego. Superego is the moral components of personality, incorporates social norms, values and moral principles, strives for perfection and self ideas. For example, a person feels guilty after lying even if no one knows. So superego enforcing moral code. And if we're taking a second example of an individual volunteers for charity work despite personal sacrifices. So superego promoting altruism. If we're taking the example of a student resists cheating on an exam despite pressure for peers. So superego upholding integrity. So here we see the interplay between id, ego and superego. Imagine a person tempted to skip work and go to the beach. So where the id let's go to beach, it will be fun. So player seeking. And there's the ego, but I have responsibilities and deadlines to meet. So this is the reality check of the ego. And the superego housework, it's not right to shirk duties, think of your professional reputation. So that is a moral consideration. In a healthy personality, ego balances id and superego allowing fear, its desire to be expressed in moderation, and superego's moral principle to guide decision makings, and ego rationality to mediate and find balance. Hope you will be understand the difference between id, ego and superego.